Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Brain Buzz with Mike. I am your brain coach, Mike Harrigan, coming to you live from the Braining Center. So today we're going to talk a little bit about stress and a way that we can help to relieve that stress. It's a technique called 4-7-8. All right. So we all encounter stress every day, right? In many different ways, whether it's through work or school or kids or money, finances, whatever it is, we're under these stressors all the time. And if we're not careful and we're under constant stress, we can kick off a cycle of negative reactions throughout our brain and our body that can really have some bad impacts, right? You see, when we encounter stress, our body reacts as if it's actually a threat to us. It all goes back to the beginning of man, where if something happened and it caused stress, it was usually because there was a wild animal or some other circumstance that could threaten their lives. And they needed to be able to react properly and get out of that situation, right? So our body kind of goes into this hyper state of awareness when that happens. Our adrenal glands release stress hormones and cortisol and adrenaline, right? But nowadays, if we're under stress, we react the same way. And if we're under perpetual stress, we're going to release these stress hormones on a more regular basis. And eventually, if this goes unchecked and we don't do something about it, we can go into this constant state of fight or flight. It kind of becomes our default setting. Now, what happens then is under normal circumstances where something happens, it really doesn't warrant a strong reaction, we're still in this hyper alert state. We're overproducing these stress hormones and our heart starts to beat faster. We start to breathe much faster and our breaths become much more shallow, right? This reduces the amount of oxygen that we're able to bring into our system, and it means that we're getting this excess buildup of carbon dioxide in our tissues. You know, carbon dioxide is actually a poison to us, right? All this makes us able to think less clearly. We overreact to situations, we can make poor decisions, and it's a vicious cycle that continues, right? It's a chain reaction that's going on in our brain and our body. And the problem is the pieces of this chain reaction, many of them, most of them are beyond our control. They're being done on an automatic way by our autonomic system, right? But there is one link in that chain where we can interrupt the cycle, and that's in the breathing. See, remember when we talked about this, when we get stressed out, we start to breathe faster and take more shallow breaths, and that helps to speed up our heart rate and foster the release of these stress hormones. And then that continues the cycle. But if we can interrupt the breathing part and slow it down, that's our opening. If we can change our breathing, we change the cycle. So there are a number of different breathing techniques that have been shown to be very helpful in different situations. One we're going to talk about today has been shown to really help with stress management. It's called the 4-7-8 technique. So what we'll do is we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. You're going to hold it for 7 seconds. And then you're going to exhale for 8 seconds. Now, that's longer than a normal breath and certainly longer than a breath under stress or duress, which might be anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds long, right? So what's going on when we do this? Well, when we're inhaling for that 4 second, that elongated inhale of 4 seconds, we're actually taking in more oxygen. And then as we hold it for 7 seconds, we're allowing that oxygen to saturate our bloodstream, right? And then as we exhale for that extended 8 seconds, we're expelling all that carbon dioxide and releasing it from our systems. We're essentially taking that breathing that we normally do under stress and flipping it on its head. We're slowing down and interrupting that adrenaline-fueled stress cycle that we would normally go into if we're under that chronic stress, right? So here are the keys. Let's do a little breathing together. Here are the keys to the 4-7-8 technique. We're going to start with good posture. We talk about this all the time, right? Posture is critical. So you want to have your shoulders back straight, head up, right? throughout this exercise, you're going to exhale at the beginning completely to get all the oxygen out of your system. Throughout the exercise, you're going to keep your tongue just behind your back teeth on the roof of your mouth, just behind your top teeth on the roof of your mouth, all right? You're going to breathe in through your nose and out forcefully through your mouth throughout this exercise, all right? So again, we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold it for 7 seconds, and then we're going to release, exhale for 8 seconds. So watch me do it to start. Ready? First, you exhale completely. Inhale. See that? So I did 2 cycles on it. In for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. All right? So now if you want, we can do this together. All right? Join me now. Here we go. What we're going to do is you're going to exhale completely, and then I'll count. You'll do the breathing. I'll count for you. So ready? Exhale completely. Now you're going to inhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly or exhale completely out for 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So that's basically how you do it. You do that for 4 cycles is what's recommended. You want to practice this 2 times a day at least. More if you can, really as often as you can, but just do it for 4 cycles. And then over time, you can build it up to go to 8 cycles. Don't go beyond that, but go 8 cycles at a time. Once you're done that technique, go back to your normal breathing. So again, you'll start with 4 cycles. Over time, build it up to 8 cycles and practice this as often as you can. Definitely, you can also be doing this when you're under stressful situations or if you're trying to get to sleep. It's really helpful for helping you get to sleep. Or if you've been having cravings, you're craving a jelly donut or something you know you shouldn't have, you do this breathing beforehand, and it helps to regulate yourself and get you back under control, right? And if you can't do this perfectly to start, don't get frustrated. Just keep practicing, and you'll get better at it. If you're feeling a little lightheaded when you first start out, don't worry about it. That happens. Just keep practicing, and you'll get better at it, okay? With daily practice, you'll end up being able to take control more of your body and your mind and your life, and you really, after 4 to 6 weeks, you should start to see a real big difference. All right? So I hope this was helpful for you. As always, you'll be able to find this Brain Buzz on our YouTube channel, along with all of our other segments. Just go to YouTube and search for Braining Center. If you want more information about the Braining Center, just go to our website, brainingscenter.com, or you can always email me with any questions you have. Again, I'm Mike Harrigan, and I can be emailed at brainingcenter@headstrong1.com. That's brainingcenter@headstrong1.com. Thanks, and until next week, have an awesome day.